This is Stan Zimmerman, writer-producer of The Gilmore Girls, Golden Girls, and Roseanne. And don't forget the Brady Bunch. And you're listening to Brigade-Radio-One.
You're listening to Brigade-Radio-One. As soon as people get fed up, that always comes to mind of like, what have we ever done for, maybe what have we done lately? Hey, there's our next guest. This guy's one of our all-time favorites as well. Hey, sit down. We've missed you. You're going right on the air, buddy, because you're that kind of talent. I'm going to put you right there. This
Shoot
is producer
straight
Dan
in
Truly.
onto the microphone.
Yes, this is producer Dan Truly of Law & Order fame, and this is Toque Thompson.
Good to meet you.
Most people know Toque from his writing and his adventures because you are that kind of adventurous guy. I mean, we originally knew you from your work on Ancient Aliens, which we still love in the History Channel, by the way, which is worn out. Do you miss that stuff? Miss doing that stuff?
Still doing it. Yeah.
Are you still doing it? They still got you on there? You're a good casting choice for that show. Because you're like the rational guy that's easy to listen to.
They put me on the first couple of minutes, and then that's it. So
yeah, because as soon as you start making sense, like get rid of this.
Get rid of this guy.
Yeah. He's obviously destroying our case.
Yeah. We're not in the good sense business here.
God damn it! If the Everglades were not an ancient alien waterway to South Florida, then we don't want anyone. If they're not going to actually back that theory up,
I have some questions about the History Channel.
Okay.
What is their calculus in terms of how much documentation do they use that they then go, okay, that gets us to our brand, that like this is enough to say Ancient Aliens. What are the things that, because a lot of people watch it and just go, this is all complete and utter crazy bullshit. Mm-hmm. But clearly the History Channel, their brand is, no, it's based on something enough.
Yeah, so I get some flack sometimes from fellow academics for even being on a show that's speculative.
Right.
Oh yeah. But that's I guess what makes it okay in my book is that it is speculative, right? Mm-hmm. They don't say we know. They say, wow, what could it be? And I like speculation.
Yeah.
I like people to wonder. And so, like I say, they usually put people with like myself or something with PhDs that are actually academics. We get on the first 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And so they lay a little bit of the groundwork about what the details are, and then they can speculate.
Exactly.
And so I'm okay with that format.
I'm assuming for like that because they're doing scripted now. They did Vikings and they have Blue Book. I'm assuming that they declassified some of these Blue Book files, and that was enough for them to go, great. The Air Force really looked into these things. Now we're going to go make a show that has narrative and exciting qualities.
Do you have a pitch coming up with the History Channel? I'm sensing some road work being laid here.
I might be in discussion.
Yeah, but it's been on 12 years or something. I mean, that's a long-running show.
It's got huge ratings. It's got huge ratings. Yeah. And I get it. Even I watch it, and I kind of hear it all out and go, well, that's interesting.
It's terribly well produced, right? The production value on that is really, really top-notch.
And they get a guy like you, and it's instantly validated. Are you still at USC?
Yeah, I'm still at USC.
Yeah. See, I know you wanted to come in, get a hug, hang out, and get off to a slow start, but we immediately start bombarding you with our
What is your official title at USC?
Associate Professor of Anthropology and Communications.
Okay. What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Well, no. What is the thing you are most interested in?
What is what, sorry?
The thing you're most interested in.
Okay, well, basically, I consider myself a folklorist, so I'm interested in the stories that people tell each other.
Gotcha.
So, for instance, I do one freshman seminar class on ghost stories. So again, I'm not trying to prove if ghosts exist or not.
Right.
That's not really the point. But what is true is that people tell stories about it. And so that's the data that I work with. So same thing with the aliens. It's not up to me to whether that's true or not. But what I will say is that there's a lot of stories about it. There's a huge belief in the United States.
Yeah.
So that is interesting to me. That's my data.
Yeah, I mean, it's like why do we... what's the story behind the story? You're telling this story about aliens and even especially the little subset of abduction stories. What is this thing that they're talking about? Because what they're, it's funny. A lot of people go, well, all these abduction stories are so similar. That means that they must be true. And other people are like, they're similar because they're an expression of other things. They're an expression of the other and
the supernatural. It's a bit like ghosts.
Yeah.
Everybody has ghost stories, right? Science has never proved ghosts, but we do know that a lot of people believe in them, and there's a lot of stories out there. So as a folklorist, it's kind of an odd academic profession because I'm not out there trying to see if aliens are real or not or ghosts are real or not. I work with just what people are telling each other, and that's my data. So it's folklore is the official discipline studying unofficial knowledge.
Gotcha.
I thought of you because you are our resident adventurer. Like I can talk. You be like on the frontier of Mongolia, living with like tribesmen 1 week, and then
Love that stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
That's kind of home for me, really. The city. This is a foreign place.
yeah, you will literally be. Where is Toque Thompson? I have no idea. He could be literally fishing in Alaska in the Bering Strait.
Good chance of that.
Yeah, or he may be in Ireland or Italy.
Good chance of that.
And he'll be doing something. He won't be at the Ritz-Carlton. He'll be like in some frontier. He'll be
In a
exploring
yurt.
Like, yeah, he'll be like in a Roman like sewer system looking for the Spartacus skeleton.
Yeah, I'd be the bet. Yeah.
But so I was actually recently, and we were just talking about it in Salem with the witch trials.
Right, I saw your posting on that. Yeah, fabulous place. I've been there many years ago. But yeah.
Did you like it? You liked
Oh,
it?
it was fabulous. Yeah, but a little bit. I was there a while ago before some of the tourist stuff around it had been built up quite as much as it is.
Well,
now.
they're at sort of they're making a sincere effort, but they're not quite at like a Disney level of tourist entrapment yet. They haven't.
Last I
fully
knew, there
built-
were still some real witches going around, saying that they actually represented the Salem Witches, right?
I'm
I don't
sure
know if
there's
they're
some
still
of that,
around,
yeah.
but,
And I'm sure there's actually like a union federation where they all pay their monthly dues, and it's like their witch dues, and they all have their little hexen meeting. Is that what it is? A hexen?
It's 3 newts,
Yeah,
if I may.
Yeah, exactly. Here, get everything on this list. These are your dues. I need a root of what it. But it was really interesting. I thought of you when I was out there because I said,
yeah,
I actually wondered.
witchcraft.
Yeah, I was like, I wonder if you'd been here or, it just seems like your place.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I really like that stuff that isn't that people believe in, that isn't not necessarily supported by science. Because it's like, why? Or like the alien abductions. It's a huge belief in America, the level of alien belief. So that to me is interesting because so far we don't really have any scientific proof behind it. So why do people believe in something where there is no scientific proof? That's interesting.
Let me ask you about that. Now, I want to get to the books because you're a brilliant writer and you're one of our favorites. But before we get to that, Area 51, a real thing? No? Real place?
Area 51's a real place, yeah.
Who owns it? Howard Hughes? My theory is Howard Hughes has always owned it to test his aircraft in the 50s and 60s.
Okay.
And now it's just...
Ethan Detmeyer's is officially clinically insane.
No, maybe. But Howard Hughes was based in Vegas. And he loved to test aircraft, and he was big in revolutionary aircraft.
Remember that? The Spruce Goose?
Right. And my
is
feeling
the Spruce Goose still down in Long Beach?
No, they've moved it.
Oh.
My last I heard is they've actually, in the dome that housed it is now like a movie rental facility.
Huh.
But my theory is he in Vegas basically bought Area 51 back in the days when the Rat Pack was running it essentially, and just wanted like a test because he did things like that. I've read several biographies on him. He bought runways and he kept planes that he never even saw that he would just warehouse somewhere because he thought, well, one day I'm going to test fly that, and he never did. So I think Area 51 was Howard Hughes, and now it's spawned off into this whole military enrichment story. What do you think? What's going on there?
Could be. I really don't know what's going on there. Again, I just study what people say is going on there, and when people say all sorts of interesting stuff is going on.
What did you make about the big Storm Area 51 movement?
The Storm Area 51 movement, right? So this is kind of coming right off the heels of the Flat Earther movement, right?
Yeah.
So these things are interesting.
I love how you bring up Flat Earther. What are you talking about?
Do you think? Because I don't actually think that many people believe in flat Earthism. I mean, I think it's I don't want to use the word pose, but I think it's a psychological thing to separate oneself from the rabble.
Maybe.
Like
yeah. There's something about being in the in crowd, right? I have the secret knowledge.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? The Earth actually is flat,
the secret knowledge of it all.
Secret knowledge.
It's the ability to go. Everybody's at Thanksgiving and they're talking about something. It's the guy that goes, that's actually not true.
Yeah,
right.
And
then
you're trying to find out the Survivor Series or something. You're trying to be in the know, right?
Yeah.
Flat Earthers remind me of like Echo and the Bunnymen fans in high school. Like they know a secret group the rest of us don't know shit about, nor do we even care. But they know it, and they've got the albums, and they know more.
Yeah,
about
but
this British thing.
that's it's like I buy movie posters, but I like to buy movie posters that are from like Spain or something.
Right.
I don't know why I like
the Italian.
the Jaws poster in Italian. And it's because it's the same, but a little bit different.
I'm different from the rest.
That's exactly what it is.
Why would a high-tech race of aliens that can master interstellar travel have to resort to probing to get their data? That's what I don't get in all these stories. That's what's mysterious about it. Don't you think that's a little odd that that's always factored into these abduction stories? It's abduction, and it's this like prehistoric. Like, wait, come on. You're telling me they can fly here from another galaxy, but they're going to need to resort to those tactics to get their data on human DNA, right? I mean, we don't even have to resort to that.
Scrape off the DNA off my pillow or something.
Yeah.
So what is it about these stories and sort of the odd left turns many of them make?
Well, but I mean, there are a lot of people that believe that abduction stories are kind of a way to process sexual abuse.
Possibly.
Like
or other psychological issues.
exactly
Yeah,
like
yeah.
these like
or it's actually abduction.
because it's
Well,
well
there are a lot of them are kind
yeah.
of.
Yeah, I mean it's a violation of, and you're trying to put these pieces together in a narrative that makes sense for your own, and
Right.
part of it is to be connected to a bigger, higher
Meaning.
meaning. Yeah.
Well-
People try to make meaning out of their lives, and so we're always on a quest for meaning. I think. Again, I'll bring it back to ghost stories. Why do people really, I think, want to believe in ghosts, whether they're real or not? I think people would like them to be real.
Why is that?
And because, well, if there's ghosts, then maybe there's a soul, maybe there's an afterlife, maybe
Well, I
there
think
is a
that too.
numinous quality to this, dirty life I lead, and so I think that's it represents hope.
That's what Stanley Kubrick said about The Shining, that it was optimistic because it moves forward the idea that there may be something after this life. What do you think as far as ghosts go? Have you heard some good stories?
Sure.
You better subscribe to this channel before you look uncool. Hey everyone, it's Ethan with Combat Radio. You know what you need to do? You need to brace for impact and join us November 17th, Sunday evening, for an epic evening of Christmas awesomeness. What is it? Well, it's a Combat Radio Christmas Carol featuring the members of Guns N' Roses, Danzig, Typo, Negative, Rat, and more, along with the cast members from everything from The Simpsons, Futurama, Avengers Assemble, and all of your favorite shows. And it's all in support of a good cause, our annual Christmas event for social services. You can support that event by going to gofundme.com/combat-radio-christmas-9 with Christmas and 9 spelled out. Or you can go to the Combat Radio Facebook page, get tickets and backstage passes to this epic event featuring everyone from Guns N' Roses to the cast of The Simpsons on the Combat Radio Facebook page. Get it today.